Hi, I'm Paula Hitzler, manager of the MSU Horse Teaching and Research Center. Today we're going to talk about restraints and how to do it safely. One of the first things that you need to have on your horse is a halter and a lead rope. And I know that sounds kind of silly, but you would be amazed at how many people try to restrain their horse with just the halter, no lead rope, or just without anything on their head at all. When we look at a halter fit, we want to make sure that this halter is about 2 fingers width below this facial bone right here, that it's not too low on the horse's face, because you won't have adequate control. And then you want a nice, big, long, safe lead rope. And you want to have this halter completely buckled. So a couple forms of restraint that we can do just with the halter itself is if we've got a minor procedure we need to get done, or we need to distract this horse for a short amount of time. Let's say the farrier is having a little difficulty with the horse, or the vet needs to give it a shot or something, and you can help do a quick form of restraint, is we can grab the horse's skin forward of the shoulder area. We call this a shoulder roll. You do not want to grab it at the shoulder blade because you just can't get a big fold of skin. So you want to find the lay of the shoulder, go a little forward of it, and grab a nice big chunk of skin in your hand and kind of roll it over. And you can see by this horse's behavior, she'll actually wince a little bit when you do that. It's hard to have this form of restraint last very long, so it's not something you want to do maybe when you're clipping ears or doing a procedure that the horse really doesn't like, but it's kind of a quick little fix-it there for you. Another form of restraint that we can do with just the halter on is with assistance you can pick up a horse's leg. That might work really well. Let's say you're bandaging the right leg and the horse is constantly picking that leg up, is have someone hold your horse and you can pick up the left leg, and then someone can go ahead and wrap that. That's a nice quick little one. A form of restraint that you can do about the horse's head that is a little bit more intense is holding on to the horse's ear. Now, the important thing with doing an ear twitch or holding the horse's ear is all about your technique. Because if this is done improperly, you can actually make a horse really head shy. So I do not recommend this form of restraint unless you've got really good handling skills and you can practice good technique when you apply this. I actually like this form of restraint. I can actually use this form of restraint over and over and over on a horse. But it's, again, all about the technique and that you can actually control the horse if this horse decides to pull away from you really fast. So how I like to approach this and teach students how to do this is I actually like to have this lead rope in my hand, hold the horse at the halter, so if this horse starts to move around, you have some control. Taking my right hand and putting it at the base of the horse's ear. Remember, horses are very, very sensitive at the tips of their ears, so you don't want to just go up and start grabbing the tips of their ear really fast because they'll start to throw their head, and now you've created a head shyness problem. But by putting your hand at the base of the ear, and if this horse starts to wiggle around, just go with it. Don't clamp down, just go with the horse. In fact, what you've noticed I've just done is kind of move her head from side to side, and that also will help to get this horse to lower their head. So it's a good way to get a horse to lower its head. With my hand on the base of their ear, I'll pull their head to the left or to the right, depending on what side of the horse I'm on, and I'll put my elbow right into the middle of this horse's neck. And you can kind of see how she's dropped her head and she's bent around. This gives me leverage. One of the most important things when restraining a horse is leverage advantages, especially for old gals like me. Because these horses are always going to be quicker and stronger than we are, so we have to use our leverage and know our leverages in order to take advantage of controlling this horse. So I'm going to hold her at the base, I'm going to put my hand or my elbow into her neck, and I'm going to slowly, very slowly, take a hold of this ear. And if we look at her demeanor, if we look at her expression, she can feel this. This will hurt, okay? Again, this is not something I would do for a very long time. It's kind of something I would apply if I need to get a procedure done and the horse is being kind of naughty. It's kind of a quick little restraint. Now, just as you've slowly taken a hold of the ear, you must slowly release the ear, okay? Because what I want to be able to do is apply this restraint to this horse over and over and over again without her getting head shy and bad about her ears. Now, what's going to create a problem, and I've seen this happen many, many times, is someone just goes up and just snatches their ear really quick like that, and you get that pulling back kind of reaction from the horse. And I can guarantee that that is going to create a very head-shy horse. So if you cannot, whether it's your size or your horse ability or even the horse itself, cannot slowly do this procedure, I would not recommend that you do the ear for a restraint, because you can create some problems that way. But if done properly, it is a nice form of restraint. You can get a lot of stuff done and even modify horses' behavior when used properly. And when I talk about modifying horses' behavior, what I mean is that you can take a hold of the ear in this case, or any restraint that allows you to release and still have control. I can maybe release the contact on the ear a little bit when the horse is being good. I can tighten the contact on the ear when the horse is being bad. And then this allows the horse to make a choice. Is the procedure worse than her holding my ear, or is her holding my ear worse than the procedure? Hopefully the holding of the ear is worse than the procedure, and we can actually teach the horse to put up with whatever procedure that we're doing.